Happy Puja! Today is Saptami morning and we both are going for a drive to cherish some old memories of us. We are going to a place where we first visited after our marriage during Durga Puja. It's beautiful Ashtami morning and we took our elder daughter to a nearby Puja Pandal to show her the Durga Murti out there. But unfortunately we could not get in since there were too many people inside and people were not wearing masks, so we avoided going in. It is the evening of Ashtami when I thought let's take both of them outside and just show them the puja. We just sat in the car and drove throughout the city, only to few places. We just saw the puja from outside only. We did not get out of the car because people were not maintaining the COVID protocols and it was really very scary. At the same time, it was very depressing to see very small puja pandals everywhere. On Navami, we had a lunch invitation to a friend's place where we really had a good time with them. Happy Dashera and Shubha Vijaya to all of you. Last 9 days was Navratri, so many of y'all must have been fasting or must have been having vegetarian food. And today is the day when people celebrate by having an elaborate meal for lunch and dinner. So I am going to prepare an elaborate lunch for you all. That is the Dashami Lunch. And to help me in the kitchen, since I am a working lady, so I hardly get time to cook every day. So I have my cook, I call her Didi Josnadi, who has been with me from last 8 years. She has been cooking for us in my place. So she'll help me out in my kitchen to cook this elaborate meal. Let me introduce her with you. Here is Josnadi. So we both will be preparing the entire Dashami lunch. So keep watching. First of all, I'll be making the prawn masala curry, for which you need to heat up a karai and put some mustard oil in it. Then marinate the prawns with salt and turmeric powder and then fry the prawns slightly. Once the prawns are fried on both the sides, keep it aside. Take a mixer grinder jar and slice a tomato and an onion. Put 5 to 6 pieces of garlic and 1 inch of ginger into it. Add 2 green chilies and a little bit of water and make a thin paste out of it. Now in the same karai where you had fried the prawns, put some more mustard oil into it, let it heat and add the tomato onion paste to it. Saute it for a while and then add turmeric powder to it, cumin powder, salt and chili powder to it. Saute it for some more time and then add about 2.5 tablespoons of grated coconut. Because coconut will enhance the taste of the dish. Always whenever you make prawns, if you add coconut to it, it really gives a different type of a very nice taste to it. So try it out. After adding the coconut, saute it for some time and then add the fried prawns to it. Add a little water to it and let it cook for some time. Remove the lid and add 2 tablespoons of fresh cream to it and garnish it with coriander leaves. Finally, the masala prawn curry is ready to be served. The second item that I'm going to make is a chicken item. This is an innovation of mine which I have just experimented over the years, and it really comes out well and takes very little time. So I call it chicken fatafat, for which you require in 1 kg of chicken a cup of fresh cream. Add 2.5 teaspoon of ginger garlic paste and about a teaspoon of salt to it. And then you need to add 1.5 teaspoon of coriander powder, 1.5 teaspoon of chili powder. Here I have added the Kashmiri lal mirch, and then you can add 1 teaspoon of garam masala, 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, and 1 teaspoon of meat masala. You can even add a chicken masala to it. Squeeze a little lime juice, about 2 teaspoon of lime juice to it, and then mix everything properly. Fry 2 to 3 sliced onions and add it to this marination. Heat oil in a karai or a pan and put the chicken, marinated chicken, into it. Cook it for half an hour in medium flame by covering the lid. Your chicken will be ready. Our next item is the shosho butter ilish or ilish in mustard paste. For this we need to fry the ilish fish. It should be half fried and then kept aside. Now take a mixer grinder jar and put 3 tablespoons of mustard seed, 2 tablespoons of poppy seeds, 40 grams of coconuts, and 3 to 4 green chilies, 1 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, and about 1 teaspoon of mustard oil. Put some water to it and make a thin paste out of it and keep it aside. Heat a karai and add 2 tablespoons of mustard oil into it. Once the oil is heated properly, add the mustard paste that we have made and then stir it for some time. Now add about half cup of water to it and let it cook. After 5 minutes, add the fried fish to it and add some more water, about half a cup of water to it, and let it cook in medium flame for about 10 minutes. Shosho butter ilish is now ready to be served. You can just put 1 or 2 green chilies or red chilies on top of it before you serve. Our fourth item is the banana flour curry or mochar ghonta, for which we need to cut the banana flowers into very small pieces or grate it, and then cut about 1.5 potato into small cubes. Fry the potatoes in mustard oil with some turmeric powder and a bay leaf and little bit of salt. Once the potatoes are fried properly, put it aside, and in the same oil put a teaspoon of cumin seeds, 2 dry red chilies, and then take a small bowl and in the bowl add half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, half a teaspoon of chili powder, half a teaspoon of cumin powder, and half a teaspoon of salt. Add a little water to it and make a fine paste. Add that paste to the oil and saute it for some time. Now add the finely chopped banana flour into it and keep on frying it for 10 minutes in medium flame. After that, add about 1 inch of grated ginger to it and again keep on stirring. Cover the lid and cook it for about 10 minutes by adding the potatoes to it. Now cut coconut into very small pieces. This is about 30 grams of coconut that I have added. Add it to the banana flowers and stir it properly. Keep on stirring in medium flame for another 5 minutes. Then add a teaspoon of ghee to it and then some garam masala. Finally, your mochar ghonto is ready. Our next item is the kakroler pur or stuffed spinny gourd, for which we need to take about 3 tablespoons of poppy seed, add about 20 grams of coconut and 2 to 3 green chilies, add a little water and make a fine paste out of it. Now cut the kakrol or spinny gourd into 2 parts and boil it by adding a little salt to it. After it has been boiled, take it out, let it get cool for some time, and then take out the seeds this way. Keep the seeds aside in a different bowl. In a pan, heat a little oil, mustard oil, and then add the seeds to it. Fry the seeds properly in medium flame. Once it is fried, add a little bit of salt, little bit, maybe half a teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon of turmeric powder to it, and half a teaspoon of cumin powder. Saute it for some time, and once it is sauteed properly, add the paste that we had made of the poppy seed to it, and then keep on frying for about 5 to 7 minutes in medium flame. This is the stuffing that we are preparing, which will go inside the kakrol or the spinny gourd this way. This is a very tasty Bengali recipe, so do try it once at home. Once all the kakrols have been stuffed this way, keep it aside. In a bowl, add 2 tablespoons of besan, half a teaspoon of cumin powder, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, half a teaspoon of salt. Add a little water to it and make a fine batter. Once the batter is ready, keep it aside. Heat a pan and add about 2 tablespoons of mustard oil. Once the oil is heated properly, coat the kakrol this way with the besan and then fry it. Fry on both the sides, and finally the kakroler pur or stuffed spinny gourd is ready to be served. The next item is our small fish curry with brinjal or Chochori Begundi. So for which we need to fry the small fishes in the mustard oil by adding a little salt and turmeric powder. In the same oil, we need to add 1 sliced onion, add 1 teaspoon of cumin seed, and then saute it for some time. In a small bowl, add 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, and salt according to your taste, and then put a little water to it and make a thin paste. Add this paste, add a sliced tomato to the fried onions, and then add this fine paste. Then add the brinjal into it and saute it for some time. Add a little water to it, let it cook for 5 minutes, and then add the fried fish to it. Finally, your Chotomo chochori is ready to be served. Garnish it with coriander leaves. Our next item is the fulgobi tarkari or cauliflower curry, for which we need to heat oil in a pan. Add pach foron to it, add 2 bay leaves, 2 red dry chilies, 3 cardamoms, 2 cinnamon sticks, 2 or 3 cloves, and then saute it for some time. After it has been sauteed properly, add the boiled cauliflowers and the potatoes that has been cut into cubes. Add a little turmeric powder, about half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, about 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, about 1 teaspoon of chili powder, and saute it for some time. Add a little salt to it as per your taste and keep on stirring. Add 1 chopped tomato to it and fry it for a while. Add about half a cup of water and close the lid and let it cook for about 15 minutes in low flame. After uncovering the lid, add half a teaspoon of garam masala and Finally, your fulkopi tarkari or cauliflower curry is ready to be served. Our last item is the jhinga diye katla masher jhol, for which we need to fry the katla fish by marinating it with salt and turmeric powder. In the same karai, by removing a little oil, we need to fry one slice onion. Once the onion is slightly fried, add the jhinga to it, or we call it ridge gourd in English, and then a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of turmeric powder. The jhinga needs to be sauteed for about 5 minutes in high flame. After that, we need to add about 1.5 teaspoon of cumin powder, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, and then fry everything properly for another 5 minutes. Keep it in the medium flame so that the masala doesn't get burnt, and then add about 1 or 2 green chilies or fresh red chilies to it. Once the jhinga becomes soft, add about 3 cups of water to it and let it boil properly. Once the water comes to boil, add the fried fish to it and let it cook for about 10 minutes in medium flame. Finally, your jhinga diye katla masher jhol is ready to be served. Finally, the Dashami lunch is ready. This is the steamed johar rice, served with kakroler pur, fried ilish, fried begun or fried brinjal, mochar ghonto, fulkobi aloo tarkari. This is my fatafat chicken curry, and this is the chotomo macher chochori with begun. This is the prawn masala curry and shoshobata ilish. We have the jhinga diye katla masher jhol, and finally roshogolla with doi. If you have liked this video, please do not forget to press the like button and share. And if you have not subscribed my channel till now, please do subscribe. Thank you for watching.